All right. Hi again, everybody. We've got the New York Giants at the St. Louis Cardinals once again. In case you've forgotten, the Giants have won 13 straight. They're going for their 14th in a row here against the Cardinals. And we'll see how this one goes today. St. Louis is not good. 12 and 22. They're in last place, 15 games behind the Giants. The Giants are 5 games ahead of the Cubs, and that's about as close as you get to New York. The Pirates, who did well in real life, are under 500 right now and don't show very many signs of improving. They have won 4 in a row, so that's something. But it's been a really rough season over in Pittsburgh. And so we'll see how this game goes. The Giants just need to keep winning, and they'll be all right. Up comes Mike Donlin. And this is Murderer's Row. And Donlin shows it by rolling an 11. And then a 54. Second column there, he rolls a 6. And we'll see if this could potentially increase to a home run thanks to Johnny Lush. And look at that, the roll's a 14. One more roll. It's a 56, just missing the range. So it is a double for Mike Donlin. He ends up on at second base, and that'll bring up Art Devlin. I'm not sure what kind of crowd you'd expect here in St. Louis for this game. Now, you have to remember, this is back before watching a baseball game at the major league level was a novelty in and of itself. And I can't imagine the fans in St. Louis are very happy with this Cardinals team. Devlin rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right. Murray has it for the out. One away. Here's Fred Tenney. Fred rolls a 12 for a 24. There is a little E-roll. It's a 33 out of the range. It's going to be a pop-up over to O'Rourke, the shortstop, and there's 2 away. Up comes Larry Doyle. Larry hitting only 218, 13 RBIs. And he rolls a 64 for a 22, and that's going to be a stolen base by Donlin. He steals third, so McGraw playing aggressively here. Doyle again, and he rolls a 14 for a 43. It's a fly ball to left. Delahanty has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the first, and the Giants are held scoreless. Here is Joe Delahanty. He rolls a 36 for a 14, and he'll walk. Wiltse's hook didn't quite go over. Wiltse's 4-1 the record, 1.72 ERA, but a 2.53 batted against average, which is not good. Knechi rolls a 33 for a 0, and his second roll is a 64 for a 5. That is a home run over the right field fence, and that makes this a 2-0 game for the Cardinals. Maybe today's the day the winning streak snaps. Up is Red Murray. Red rolls a 22 for a 7. There's a single to right, so Hooks has not been getting those hooks to hook down. They've been hooking up. Albert Shaw rolls a 52. It's a ground ball over to Devlin. He goes to Doyle and then back on to Tenney for the double play. And up comes Patsy O'Rourke. And you can see in the dugout John McGraw fuming over his pitcher's performance. Patsy rolls a 32 for a 26. It's a ground ball over to Doyle, who throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the second inning. Here's Cy Seymour. Now, a 2-run lead against the Giants is probably not enough. Cy rolls a 21 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left. Delahanty has it. 1 away. Spike Shannon. Spike rolls a 45 for a 14, and he'll take his walk, and that'll bring up Al Bridwell. Bridwell here likely is going to bunt. I will check on Shannon. He does have an 11, so maybe we will hit and run instead. Bridwell hitting a mighty 202. And his roll is a 54 for a 45. It's just a fly ball to right field. Murray has it for the out. Shannon returns to first. 2 away, and here's Tom Needham. Bresnahan taking the day off. This is kind of a thing I'm doing so that Needham can get at least some game time. In real life, Bresnahan played almost every game. Needham rolls a 26 for a 30. It's a fly ball over to center. Shaw has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the second. I do think that Bresnahan is injured at some point in time late in the season. I have to go back and check up on that, though. Bobby Byrne leads this off bottom of the second. And he rolls a 26 for a 27. Ground ball to third. Devlin throws to first. 1 away. Here's Billy Gilbert. Billy rolls a 12 for a 24. Here's a little E-roll. And it's a 42 out of the range, so it's a ground ball to short. Bridwell throws to first. 2 away. Art Hilskuda comes up next, and he rolls a 64 for a 13 and strikes out. So Wiltsey has quieted down a little bit since the first inning jitters, and that'll bring up the top of the third inning. And here is Hooks at the plate, hitting a mighty 160. And he rolls a 42 for a 23, changed to 40. That's going to be a foul ball. 0-1. Next roll is a 31 for a 9. That's a base hit, but then he's caught trying to steal. McGraw being a little too aggressive. So second hit for the Giants, but no base runner out of it. Here's Donlin with 1 out. He rolls a 16 for a 26. Ground ball to Gilbert. The second baseman throws to first. 2 away, and up comes Art Devlin. Art rolls a 34 for a 44. There's a little E-roll. It's a 32 out of the range. It's a fly ball over to center. Shaw has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and it'll be Johnny Lush, the pitcher, to lead this off here for St. Louis. His rolls a 16 for a 28, ground ball to short. Bridwell throws to first, 1 away. Joe Delahanty up next. He rolls a 62 for a 12, ground ball to first, and it'll be Tenney going to the bag himself, 2 away. Ed Kenichi now rolls a 66 for a 0, and his next roll is a 45 for a 6. That'll be a double over to right center field, and that brings up Red Murray. So the Cardinals threatening again, 3 hits now. But Murray only rolls a 32 for a 26. It's a little ground ball over to Doyle, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the 4th. Without Bresnahan in the lineup, the Giants look a little bit tamer. Fred Tenney comes up next, hitting 301, so he doesn't look so tame. He rolls a 32 for a 26 as a ground ball over to second, and Gilbert throws to first, 1 away. That brings up Larry Doyle, and this is where it starts looking tame. Doyle rolls a 22 for a 7, and there's a base hit to right field. So Doyle finds a way to get on base. He's fast. He'll be running with Cy Seymour up there. Seymour's hitting 240, but a good on-base percentage. For 1908, that is. He rolls a 31 for a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball over to shortstop. O'Rourke throws to first, and Doyle moves up to second on that hit and run ground ball. 2 away, and here's Spike Shannon. Works as well as a bunt. Shannon rolls a 56 for a 34. Here is a little E-roll. It's a 44 outside the range. It's a pop-up over to second. Gilbert has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Albert Shaw will be the leadoff hitter here for the Cardinals. They're up 2-0. He rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball to Doyle at second, who throws to first, 1 away. Patsy O'Rourke up next. Patsy rolls a 66 for a 0. That'll wake you up. And then a 56 for a 7. So he gets a single out of that for all of his trouble. That'll bring up Bobby Byrne. Hit number 4 for the Cardinals against 3 for the Giants. Byrne rolls a 26 for a 27, and it goes Devlin on to Doyle and on to Tenney on the double play. Here we go to the top of the 5th inning. Al Bridwell will lead this off. 2-0 Cardinals, so the Giants hoping to get their bats moving here. Bridwell rolls a 64 for a 22. That's going to be a ground ball back to Lush, who drops it, and Bridwell reaches first on the air, and that brings up Needham. Tom Needham doesn't have a base hit yet this season. 0 for everything. He rolls, is trying to bunt, rolls a 41 for a 28, bunts it back to Lush. He's out at first as Lush throws over to Gilbert. Bridwell goes up to second, 1 away. And here is Hooks. He's hitting 192, does have an RBI, so we'll let him swing away. I see a lot of hits, but there's also strikeouts. The roll's a 24 for a 13. There's your strikeout, 2 away. Up comes Donlin. Mike hitting 367, 400 on-base percentage, 493 slugging percentage, one of the best hitters in the National League. 1 for 2 today with a double and a stolen base. And he rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball to right. Murray has it, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Billy Gilbert to lead this off. Rolls a 66 for a 6. It's going to be a double to right center field, and that's the 5th hit of the game for the Cardinals. That'll bring up Art Hilskuda with the runner on at second base. So up comes Art. His rolls a 25 for an 8. It's a ground ball back to Wiltsey. Throws to first for the out, and Gilbert moves up to third. 1 away, and that'll bring up Johnny Lush. And this is where I hate about this. So if Lush strikes out, Gilbert's a dead duck, but we're going to try this anyway. Infield will come in. Rolls a 26 for a 13, and there it is. So Gilbert's a dead duck trying to steal home, and Lush just has a strike on him. 2 away. And the next roll is a 14 for a 43. If there's one thing I could change about Skeetersoft, to be that's a little bit harsh, because you're going to bunt with the pitcher in that situation. Rolls a 44 on the little E. It's out of the range, and so it's a fly ball to left, and Shannon has that for the out, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Still 2-0 St. Louis. Here's Art Devlin. And Art rolls a 13 for a 14 and gets a walk from Johnny Lush. That is the second walk that Johnny's given up. That'll bring up Fred Tenney, and that might be consequential. Tenney today 0 for 2. And he rolls a 26 for a 29. Hit back to Lush, who has to go to first with it. Devlin moves up to second. 1 away, and here's Larry Doyle. Doyle's 1 for 2 with a single, hitting now 222. And his roll is a 12 for a 24. It's a pop-up over to the shortstop, O'Rourke, who makes the catch for the out. 2 away. Up is Cy Seymour. Seymour rolls a 26 for a 27. So it's a ground ball over to third base, and it's going to be Byrne throwing to first for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Joe Delahanty. 2-0 still Cardinals. Delahanty rolls a 46 for a 29. Comebacker to Wiltsey, throws to first, 1 away. Ed Knechi up next. And he rolls a 66 for a 0. Man, the Cardinals have been in the double column all day. 21 now for a 6. That's a double to right center. Hit number 6 for the Cardinals. I don't know how many extra base hits it's been. That brings up Red Murray with a 1 out, runner on at second. His rolls a 61 for a 30. Fly ball to left. Shannon has it for the out, 2 away. Up's Al Shaw. And he rolls a 61 for a 40. Changed to 36. That's going to be a wild pitch by Hooks. Knechi goes to third. His next roll, look at that, is a 66 for a 0. So they're all falling for the Cardinals. 63 then for a 6. It's going to be a double to right field, and that scores the third run, 3-0 St. Louis. And here comes Patsy O'Rourke. Runner on at second base, 2 outs. And the roll's a 53 for a 20, changed to a 16. That's going to be a single to center field. But Seymour with a great throw down to Needham to get the runner at the plate, and we go to the top of the 7th. 3-0 to score in favor of the Cardinals, and the Giants, if they're going to keep the streak alive, need to do something. Now, a loss here for New York doesn't mean that much because they still have a good lead over the Cubs. Shannon rolls a 54 for a 45. There is a little E-roll. It's a 23 just missing the range. There's a fly ball over to Murray and Rye, 1 away. Al Bridwell now. He rolls a 13 for a 14 and takes his base on the walk, and that'll bring up Tom Needham again, and it's another bunting situation. And Tom rolls a 55 for an 8. Would have been a base hit if we weren't bunting. It's a bunt back to Lush, who throws over to Gilbert covering at first. Bridwell goes to second. You kind of have to make that decision, and I think it was the right decision to make, but it's a hard one to make. Now with 2 outs, you have the pitcher up. Wiltsey is 1 for 2, but he was caught trying to steal. And his roll is a 63 for a 32. Fly ball to right field. Murray's got it for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Bobby Byrne to lead this off. The roll is a 31 for a 39. Changed to 37. That'll be a strike. Next roll is a 24 for a 30. Fly ball to left. Shannon has it for the out. 1 away. Here's Billy Gilbert. Billy rolls a 65 for a 35. It's a pop-up over to the left side, and Devlin's got that for the out. 2 away. And here's Hilscutter. He rolls a 52 for a 27, ground ball to third. Devlin throws to first, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. Mike Donlin leads this off. He's 1 for 3, average dropping ever so slightly. And the Giants need to do it now if they're going to do it. Only 3 hits for the Giants. Lush has shut them down. Donlin rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field. Murray has it, 1 away. Here's Art Devlin. He rolls a 23 for a 32. Another fly ball to right. Murray's got it, 2 gone. Up is Fred Tenney. He's over 3. He rolls a 13 for a 14, so he takes his base on the walk. 4th walk given up by Lush, and it hasn't hurt him yet. Up now is Larry Doyle, who is 1 for 3 today. He rolls a 31 for an 8, and that's a single. Tenney goes to third, but then Doyle tries to steal second. Now, we'll let it go, of course. We think it's realistic. Hit number 4 is all for the Giants, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the fans stand up and applaud for Johnny Lush, who has pitched his heart out today and has done very well in quieting the Giant bats down. Here he comes up to bat, and he rolls a 15 for a 10 and rewards everybody with a single to center field. Hit number 9 for the Cardinals off of Hooks, and that'll bring up Joe Delahanty. Lush is fast, and Delahanty rolls an 11 for a 0. And then a 23 for a 6. It's a double over first base, and Lush comes all the way around to score, and it's all gone wrong for New York. 4-0 Cardinals, and here's Ed Knechi. Runner on at second, nobody out. His roll's a 42 for a 22, changed to a 20, and that's going to be a ground ball over to Doyle. Second baseman throws to first. Delahanty moves over to third, so 1 away, and here comes Red Murray. We won't even bother having the infield in. Giants are throwing up the white flag as Murray rolls a 15 for an 11. That's a single and then a stolen base. That makes it 5-0. Up is Al Shaw. He rolls a 43 for a 29. Ground ball to Knechi. The first baseman flips to Wiltsey covering of the bag. Murray moves to third. 2 away, and here's Patsy O'Rourke. Rolls a 34 for a 44. There's a little E-roll. It's a 25, just missing the range. Fly ball to center. Seymour has it for the out, and we go to the top of the 9th. So the Giants behind 5-0, and that big winning streak is on the line. Let's see if they can do it. They have only 3 more chances, 3 more outs, that is. Up first is Cy Seymour. He rolls a 21 for a 30, hits the ball over to Delahanty and left, and there's 1 away. 2 more to go. Spike Shannon rolls a 25 for a 10, and there's a single to center. Only hit number 5 for New York. and that brings up Al Bridwell. So there is the runner on at first. Shannon does have an 11, so it probably is time to party. Hit and run is on. Rolls a 61 for a 39. That's a strike, and the runner's thrown out stealing. 2 away, and Bridwell stays up there. And his final roll is going to be a 51 for an 8. That's a single, and he gets to first, and then it's thrown out stealing again. That's hit number 6 for the Giants. I don't know how many people the Giants had thrown out stealing. Let's take a quick look here and see. They had 4 men caught stealing. Donlin did steal a base, but 4 men were caught stealing. So the Giants not only lose, they get hammered 5-0. It's not going to hurt them much in the standings. They'll have a 4.5 game lead now over the Cubs. And that ends the winning streak. It ends at whatever it was, 12-13. I'm trying to remember. 13, yeah, so they can't make it 14. Final score here is St. Louis 5 and New York 0. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was a doozy. I'll talk to you again later. Bye.